Welcome to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. Here are the stories that we're following today, July 16, 2013. From the Caribbean, Minister deplores attacks on gays in Belize. In Jamaica, smoking ban takes effect on Monday. Police studying new law, so be warned. In Trinidad and Tobago, the entire MATT executive resigns over flip-flopping statements. And Guyana Power and Light Inc. says severity, frequency of outages to reduce. Details on these headlines and more when we return.
It's week 2 of our used car blowout month, and this week it's guaranteed credit approval. If we can't show you how to get approved, that car is on us. Log on now, GrecoAuto.com.
Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. This segment of the news is sponsored by Amrose Travel. In Belize, a senior government minister has written a public essay expressing grave concerns about what she perceives could be the promotion of hate crimes against gay men and women in Belize. Forestry, Fisheries and Sustainable Development Minister Lizelle Alamilla posted the short essay on her Facebook page, prefacing her missive by stating that, and I quote, "I do not oppose persons having different views or religious beliefs, but it concerns me immensely when those are being communicated by misinformation, manipulation and fear which could result in hate crime." Almilla used a couple of photographs taken during the pro-Constitution demonstration in Toledo, southern Belize last week, depicting what could be described as the hanging in effigy of the United Belize Advocacy Movement. And I quote, "The photo is extremely concerning and even frightening," she wrote, questioning whether a line was crossed by those who are opposed to UNIBAM and the revised national gender policy. The essay concludes by noting that violence is already on the increase against persons from the lesbian, gay, and bisexual and transgender community for their sexual orientation and/or identity. And I quote, "This is personal for me. My loved ones are at risk and our right to be different is at risk," Almilla wrote. She said the challenge to Section 53 of Belize Criminal Code is before the Supreme Court and that the gender policy is not a homosexual policy. In Jamaica, started on Monday, smokers who light up in public places in breach of the smoking ban could be let off with just a warning for now, as the police themselves seek to get acquainted with the new law. Jamaica today joins a fellow Caribbean community states, Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados, as well as countries in Europe, Canada and the United States, in instituting a ban on smoking in enclosed and specifically prescribed public spaces. Glenmore Hines, the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations, said law enforcers will not be going in search of people breaking the smoking ban, as it wants a sensitization campaign to roll out first. And I quote, "It is a new law and so it will take some time for us to understand, and so we are studying to see the implications," Hines told reporters. According to Hines, public education and compliance will play a key role in this new legislation, even as he expressed optimism that people will comply. Until then, Hines made it clear that the police will have the discretion to let persons off with a warning, given that it will be considered a minor offense. In Trinidad and Tobago, the entire executive of the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago, MAT, resigned on Sunday in the wake of association's flip-flopping statements on the Guardian fiasco. Outgoing Secretary Francesca Hawkins on Sunday said she was inviting MATT membership and all interested media professionals to discuss the way forward for the association at a meeting on Saturday, July 20th, to be held at the National Library between 10 and noon. And I quote, "This is a critical juncture in the history of MAT, and eligible journalists and media practitioners are encouraged to offer themselves for service to the association in order that a future executive can comprise the broadest range of talents and perspectives." Hawkins said in a statement, also adding, "It is also essential that as many members as possible attend this meeting by ensure that decisions can be endorsed by a substantial and representative number of votes." Former MATT President Suniti Maharaj said yesterday the urgent issue right now was the survival and strengthening of MAT. And I quote, "We realized from last week's events the importance of having a vibrant, proactive and alert association to represent the professional interests of journalists in this country and an independent and free press. And as it stands now, there are 3 journalists whose allegation of interference, political and otherwise, remain uninvestigated and unrepresented. They need urgent representation by MAT," Maharaj said. She suggested that MAT set up an interim team to deal with these matters with dispatch and to carry the organization to a new executive. She said many journalists would probably fall away from MAT and would want to get involved at this time. Maharaj said MAT runs the risk of being the additional casualty, apart from the journalists, of that episode at The Guardian last week. The Guyana Power and Lights says widespread power outages like the one which affected some 37,000 customers in Demerara on Sunday should now be a thing of the past with the work done during the outage. The company had placed ads in the media stating that power will be out from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. to facilitate work at the Sophia substation, but power returned until around 8 p.m. The Sophia facility is a control center for GPL's transmission and distribution networks. She added that Sunday's inclement weather was a major factor in the delay, but said they then had to test the new component before putting it in service. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. We will be right back.
Million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
I can't believe your mom let you take your car out. This is awesome.
It's time to grow up.
You're crazy.
Little while
Go faster. Stop.
it'll all be alright.
I raised my son to be careful,
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Mom.
but just to be safe,
So don't you worry.
I got a Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Coleman.